just imagine placing 5 cameras in different angles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, yo, this is what I want you to do. When I yell action, everybody just starts shaking the camera, dude, violently.
Welcome to Fresh Out. I'm JC.
And I'm Cude.
And we're fresh out of 28 years later.
28 years later reunites Danny Boyle and Alex Garland for the third phase of this all-consuming zombie apocalypse. 28 years later.
28 years later.
So this movie did not take 28 years to make, only 18 years to make.
That's true. It came out, you're saying from the most recent one, right? Because
Yeah.
it was 2007, I think, was 28 weeks.
Yeah.
2002 for 28 days.
Yeah, so 2002?
Yeah. For 28 days later.
Oh, I'm so confused. There's too many 28s in this
Yeah.
franchise name. I'm like, bro, we just saw 28 days later, but it was
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
And some things have carried on from those movies into this one in terms of like overall style. But before we go there, what is this movie about, dude?
Yeah, so we see this, right, it's essentially it's the evolution of this rage virus, right?
Yep.
And now that years have passed, many years have passed, decades, they are isolated. They found out if we isolate ourselves in the UK.
Yeah, so it's only isolated to the UK.
Just the UK,
and
right?
they thought that, they can starve them out or whatever. Because I think that was in the last movie.
Yes.
Like, if you keep them isolated, they starve, and then
Yeah, and they
done.
essentially were able to find this kind of...
But it's weird because that was 28 weeks and they were starved. And this is 28 years later and they're just all healthy, dude.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I think, so what it is in the mainland, that's where all the zombies are, right? And
Yeah.
we follow this son, his name is Spike, played by a newcomer, Alfie Williams. He has his parents, who are played by Aaron Taylor Johnson and Jodie Comer. And it's kind of a rite. It's a rite of passage to visit the mainland because they're isolated in the UK, and that's where safety is. But it's almost like,
And actually, they're on an island. They're on an island off of UK, so they're totally isolated from the mainland UK. And that's why this whole endeavor is so big for somebody to do the rites of passage or whatever, because they go into the mainland where all the zombies are.
yes,
So, and it's weird because there is no reason to do this other than to show that you're a man.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, they don't go and look for like medicine. They don't go to look for anything in particular to help the village or anything.
Yeah.
Like, they just go there to prove a point. Like, hey, yeah, I'm a man now.
It's the ego thing, I guess.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like to prove there are certain categories of people, right, in this civilization, in this kind of small civilization. And it's like, where do you rank? Are you a hunter? Are you a gatherer?
Yeah.
Are you where do you?
A stay-at-home mom. Do you have a new reality TV show where you stay at home and cook?
Not in this reality.
But so this movie is basically broken into, the first half of this movie is the father and the son going out, and the father training the son what to expect and showing him the different types of zombies. There are a couple different types of zombies that they get into in this. And then the second half of this is a quest for a doctor that's been by himself on the mainland by himself, and he may have some idea of how to heal Spike's mother, the child's mother.
Yeah.
And so the second half of the movie is going to see the doctor and Spike taking his mom, who has brain cancer, out to the doctor on the mainland by himself.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the movie's about.
Yeah.
And then you have like a lot of problems within that structure. Personally, and this is one of those movies that's like, either you love it or you hate it, because like
so.
Looking at the critic score, I think it's still pretty high on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the audience score, last time we looked, it was like 60s, lower 60s. So who knows if that's even gone into splat territory? You know what I mean?
It may have.
So love it or hate it. first, I'll not bury the lead. I did not like this movie, and there are reasons why I didn't like this movie. So we can first talk about the story and the characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
to me, the story, it was just, there's no better way for me to put it than like sloppy and lazy and overall just stupid. There was things that happened in the story.
Here.
Well, there were things that happened in the story where I'm like, did ChatGPT write this script? And then like the dialogue, how the dialogue is written, like when the dad brings up the doctor to the son, he's like, "Forth winced, there once was a doctor," and it's like, what? What is going on? What am I watching here? And he did. I'm exaggerating. He did not say like that.
No, but it felt like that.
But it was definitely not human dialogue. Like ChatGPT helped with this script in some way. They may have ran it through ChatGPT to get an idea of what it was.
Maybe.
And this is the AI slop that came out. I hope that's the case.
My issue with it too, with as far as the storyline, I would say is the pacing, right? There's so many critical emotional moments that are happening. And you'll see if you watch it, right? They guide the story, these emotional moments, right? And yet they go, okay, this happened, on to the next. And you're like, that even feels more like, to your point, of like an AI response. It's like there's no human emotion in these so devastating, like there's many devastating moments where you're like, you didn't even blink an eye and it's like, oh, okay.
And there are some moments that are just stupid in terms of just like physics, like things blowing up in a house, but then you being safe because you're laying on the floor. Like little stuff like that where I'm just like, what? And then like, and this is mild spoilers, but like when the father was out with the son, and the father's like a supreme warrior, like chief arrow, whatever. He's the guy, right?
He's Hawkeye in this universe.
He's the greatest hunter, right? And there's this one type of zombie who's like a crawler. They crawl on the ground. I guess they sneak up on you.
And they're like, a little heavy set.
Yeah, they're portly because they're not like running around.
Yeah.
And so they're in the woods, mad leaves everywhere. The father is just like focused on the son, like, all right, son, you got to kill this deer or whatever. And like literally like 3 feet away, there's like one of these 400-pound crawlers. Yeah, dude, all through leaves and stuff. And the father doesn't react until it's like about to bite it starts chewing his like shoestring or something. I'm like, what? This guy's the greatest hunter? What is going on?
He was so locked in with his son that you didn't hear this crawler from like a mile, not a mile away, but far enough away where like, yeah, dude,
the story was gobbledygook, dude. And so within that story, the characters, they're very like, the dad disappears. The dad, after that initial taking his son out to become a man thing, for the rest of the movie, he's like out. Like, you don't see him. He pops up like a couple of scenes, and that's it, dude.
The interesting thing that I saw was, and I saw we always check a couple reviews just to see, like, are we feeling this way too? Is it just us? Is it just everybody else? I think because this is the part 1, technically, right? There's going to be a 28 years later.
Oh, so the dad's going to have a bigger role?
Exactly, right? They're trying to tease stuff up. So it's like, I saw a couple of people saying, they thought there was kind of like a part 1, a part 2, and there was supposed to be a part 3, which will be the next film. So it's kind of like they set up stuff for the next film, which can be frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, and it sucks because even though I didn't like the dad's character, he's shallow and everything, the mom's character was shallow. Every character in this was shallow to me. I would have rather stuck with the dad than half of the movie be with the mom, who's like, one day she's like really cognitively there, like she can have a whole conversation with you, and it's a regular person, and then the next day she's like, can't even walk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, annoying. I didn't like her as a character, and then you have half of the movie with her. Now with this, they throw in the different kind of zombies, like we were saying with the crawler thing, right?
Yeah.
But then now there's alpha zombies, and this is such a ripoff, man. I don't know what zombie movie I saw that already had an alpha. It may have been like one of the George A. Romero the creator of zombie movies. It may be one of his movies where there was one zombie that was like the smartest and leading everybody
Kind of a
to
hive
do
mind
stuff.
type deal.
Yeah, or not
Yeah.
even a hive mind, but they follow him or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe not quite 5.
Yeah. And so, so I've already seen that, right? And then like, along with the alpha FrankenDong
That's what I was about to
zombie.
bring up, dude.
FrankenDong.
That is the creative, different approach I think they took, where it's like there's an alpha, and you're gonna see why he's the alpha because it's
he's like a big Indian dude. He's a big,
he's an Indian
dude
Aquaman
with like
Indian Jason Momoa without any pants
with like a foot rope.
If he fell forward, he wouldn't hit his face first.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
all I'm saying.
So like, aside from those, you got the crawlers, you got the alphas, and now you got pregnant zombies, man.
Oh my God.
Let's bring in the
Dude,
pregnant
that
zombies,
scene.
dude. This film was all over the place, and it was like taking ideas, because I've seen a pregnant zombie on another zombie movie. So this wasn't like, whoa. And I said it earlier, when I seen the pregnant zombie, I was like, they better not have a pregnant zombie birth scene.
Spoilers.
And
now
we're not saying it does, but just expect that, okay?
Be ready. We weren't ready.
This movie is laughable. The only thing that could be a saving grace is maybe the art direction.
Yes. Okay. So, and I think, right, if you did see 28 Days Later, same director, same writer, right? Danny Boyle and Alex Garland. 28 Weeks Later was different, right? So it wasn't with them. But I don't know if it mimics it too much. I remember seeing 28 Days Later a while ago.
Yeah.
But they definitely take a very artistic, love it or hate it type of approach to this, right?
Yep.
A very color, like I feel like it's okay.
It's loud.
It's loud. It speaks with colors and I would say score pretty much.
I guess the punk music that he was playing in every scene.
And I think something to note, which I know people have pointed out, it seems like Danny Boyle tends to kind of be really creative with the way he films things.
So this is my problem.
Yeah.
I was going to get to this.
Yeah.
It seemed like every scene that they had, just imagine placing 5 cameras in different angles, right? Mm-hmm. And then he was like, yo, this is what I want you to do. When I yell action, everybody just starts shaking the camera, dude, violently. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to add some loud, blaring punk music over the top of it. Boom, done.
And then just every epic kill or whatever, it's like snapshot, which I kind of liked. I think that's where we differed a little bit. But
I
as
didn't
far
like the art direction at all.
Yeah. I wouldn't say all the way through. I would say certain choices. But it's good to know it was shot primarily on a iPhone 15 Pro Max. There was also action cameras in the regular ones.
A motion picture, guys. There ain't no excuses.
There we go.
Get your iPhone out. You got the 16.
Just start
make a movie, dog, so we can talk crap about it.
Get your JBL speaker blasted. Start shaking your camera. We're good to go.
Yeah, I think we touched on everything though.
Yeah.
Tone and we touched on everything. So I guess I'm ready to score, dog.
Yeah.
I'm coming in hot, bro, and I'm coming in hot with a 2 out of 10. This movie was mediocre.
That is hot.
I wasn't like waiting on this movie to come out or anything, so I wasn't expecting anything, but I expected more than this. This movie to me felt like if a film school had a contest and the winner of the contest used ChatGPT to write the script and then went to the cast and said, hey, can you guys do a lot of overacting? Thank you. That's this movie. 2 out of 10 from me.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to score it low as well. We are the ones, I guess. There's a few people who agree with us. Not a lot, but a few. And the ones who do are very expressive about it. So I'm giving it...
they're the same points all the people that agree on this are the same points of like, this was bad, this was stupid, this was terrible, why did they do this?
Yeah. So I'm going 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10, so we'll meet in the middle. 3.5 out of 10.
Exactly. The Fresh Out score is 3.5. The reason I go 5 is because, like I said, the artistic direction, I'm not saying it was great the whole way through, but I like when people take big swings and it's something different. I was kind of into the kind of once these epic moments of having some snapshots. Was it overkill with how many times they did it? Maybe a little bit. But when it first started to do it, I was like, this is kind of cool.
Bullet time or whatever. It's like, bro, that was 25. When did The Matrix come out, man?
Yeah.
You kind of missed it.
Yeah, so, and then I think that what took it down for me was the tone was just so ambiguous. When it was supposed to be sad, I feel like I was entertained for the wrong reasons, for sure. Like, there's certain moments where I was kind of laughing when it was supposed to be
This may be a cult movie.
Maybe it's a cult movie. It's
gonna be a classic in the next 10 years. Who knows? But this movie is not good for me.
And it's for me.
Yeah, so mid for you.
Mid. I'd say 3.5 is a fair score.
Yeah, I mean, 3.5. You're up there with The Crow, buddy. Danny Boyle, let's get back to the basics, dog, and stop trying to do this like, I'm gonna be hip and edgy with everything. Like, nah, dude, we don't need hip and edgy. Just get a better storyline next time and write better dialogue, bro, because that's the two big things that brought it down for me, dude. Aside from all the other stupid stuff, which there is a list. And we're going to post that list on our blog.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I'm Cude.
I'm JC.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, 28 years later. Wait for streaming, dude.
Yeah, I think this is a streamer.
Wait for stream, dude.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.